Grading discussion can feel like juggling cats. How are you supposed to be present in class discussion while also trying to grade 30 different people's comments? Over the years, I've tried 3 methods that have worked for me without causing too much strain. I call them the bump, the challenge, and the chart. In today's mini episode, I'll walk you through all 3 so that the next time you feel like you need to give credit where credit is due during discussion, you've got a plan that doesn't feel like a cat explosion. Welcome to the 6th episode in our 6-part discussion series. First, there's the bump. With the bump method, discussion provides that intangible bump that defines whether your students on the borderline move up or down. A kid working hard in discussion will go from an 89.5 to an A-. A kid who is unprepared or often interrupts will stay firmly at a B+ with that same 89.5. This bump method is pretty easy to explain to students, and it doesn't require a constant running paper trail. I can't recall ever having an argument over this with one of my students, but I can recall using that as a tool of encouragement, just reminding students that if they work a little harder in discussion, they might be able to improve their grade when they're on the border. This small carrot is a nice reminder to them that not only is it important to their community for them to work hard in discussion, but it is a valid part of their own result as well. Second method I call the challenge. For this version, I invite students to focus on something we've been working on and then come together to have a discussion that crushes this one aspect of our group dynamics. I let them know that everyone in class will get a 10 out of 10 on the day of the challenge as a free bonus grade if they complete my challenge. If they don't complete it, it's okay. No harm, no foul. I'll give them another chance soon. For example, let's say you're working on making more text references as a class. You might create a challenge in which if the class is able to make 10 different text references that do actually feel relevant during the discussion, then everyone gets the bonus grade of 10 out of 10. The nice thing about this method is that it allows you to grade for something really targeted, and that helps the class move forward in its discussion evolution. Okay, third and last for now, there's the chart. This method is definitely the most time intensive, but it does get easier with time. In this method, you keep a chart for each class with students' names. So you're going to run all their names along the left side of your paper, and then you're going to have kind of columns where day by day there's a little box next to each student's name. At the end of a class period, jot down either a check minus, a check, or a check plus for each student based on your recollection of their participation. So you're not going to be staring at this paper all through the discussion trying to mark it during. You're really just going to take 1 minute as students are leaving to put down all of your impressions. Then at the end of the term, you can go back, you can look, are they mostly checks? Are they mostly check pluses, mostly check minuses, an average of checks and check pluses? From there, you can assign a grade for participation and you'll have a very clear paper trail. This can be helpful if you want to make discussion a significant part of your grade for the class. This is something that can feel really nebulous to students if you don't have some kind of a paper trail. And so the check plus, check minus thing is a way to just really quickly put down your impressions every day. You'll be able to defend your discussion grade with this chart. However, this can be challenging because a lot of times, if you're like me, you're juggling a lot in those moments between classes. And it can feel like a major task to have to go in and put all these checks and check pluses into the chart every single discussion that you have. So if you really want to do this, I would think about how you can build it into the structure of your class. Maybe after discussion, you're always going to have students do something for 2 minutes, and that's when you're going to do your charting. Or maybe you're going to always do it in the last 30 seconds of class while students are doing an exit ticket or whatever. If you can build it into your routine, then it becomes feasible. For me, I always felt like this was a pretty big challenge. And so after trying it for a while, I decided to move over more towards the bump and the challenge and not use the chart. But everybody's different. So I wanted to offer you all three options. Okay, my friend, there you have my top tested methods for discussion accountability: the bump, the challenge, and the chart. Whether you use one, use them all, or maybe just hear this episode and think of your own method that's a little twist on one of these. I hope these possibilities will help you de-stress the grading process when it comes time for your next discussion. Thank you so much for joining me for this 6-part discussion series. Until next time, take care of yourself and stay creative.